Impact Sacrifice Results March 5, 22 First match, Trey Miguel, C, vs Jake Something for the Impact X Division Championship collar and elbow tie-up. Something sends Miguel face first into the canvas. Something stands over Miguel. Miguel with forearm shivers. Miguel ducks a clothesline from Something. Miguel with a spinning back elbow smash. Miguel slaps Something in the chest. Something with a short arm clothesline. Miguel answers with a roundhouse kick. Miguel goes for the lucha libre arm drag, but Something counters with a short arm lariat for a 1 count. Miguel rolls Something over for a 2 count. That leads us to a quick standoff in the center of the ring. Something shoves Miguel. Miguel kicks Something in the chest. Miguel slams the left shoulder of Something on the top rope. Miguel kicks the left shoulder of Something. Miguel with a basement dropkick. Miguel continues to kick the left shoulder of Something. Miguel goes for the Hurricane Rana, but Something counters with a sit-out powerbomb for a 2 count. Something with a forearm smash. Something punches Miguel in the back. Miguel with heavy body shots. Miguel with another round of forearms. Something leapfrogs over Miguel. Miguel goes for a handspring back elbow, but Something counters with a leaping body block for a 2 count. Something whips Miguel into the turnbuckles. Forearm exchange. Miguel decks Something with a back elbow smash. Something rocks Miguel with a massive forearm smash. Something with the corner spear for a 2 count. Something applies a wrist lock. Something with 2 short arm clotheslines. Miguel nails Something with the scorpion kick. Miguel with a swinging fisherman's neck breaker. Miguel with 2 running forearm smashes. Miguel ducks a clothesline from Something. Miguel drops Something with a springboard forearm. Something blocks a boot from Miguel. Something avoids 2 windmill kicks. Miguel with the hook kick for a 2 count. Miguel unloads a series of knife-edge chops. Something denies the DDT. Something drives Miguel face first into the canvas. Something hits the Argentine backbreaker for a 2 count. Something sends Miguel into the ropes. Something with 2 running lariats. Something whips Miguel across the ring. Something goes for into the void, but Miguel lands back on his feet. Miguel with a windmill kick. Miguel with the sliding destroyer onto the rampway. Miguel puts Something on his shoulders. Miguel rolls Something back into the ring at the count of 9. Miguel hooks the outside leg for a 2 count. Miguel applies the cross-arm breaker. Something with a deadlift buckle bomb. Something powerbombs Miguel for a 2 count. Something goes for the pop-up powerbomb, but Miguel counters with the Meteora for a 2 count. Miguel ascends to the top turnbuckle. Something with a forearm smash. Something goes for the superplex, but Miguel lands back on his feet. Miguel with a step-up enziguri. Miguel drills Something with the cheeky Nando's kick. Miguel with a tiger feint kick. Miguel has Something tied up in the tree of woe. Miguel connects with the flying Meteora to pick up the victory. Winner, still Impact X Division, Trey Miguel via pinfall. Second match, Eddie Edwards W/Honor No More vs Rhino with Team Impact. Rhino sidesteps Edwards into the turnbuckles. Rhino is throwing haymakers at Edwards. Rhino with a short arm clothesline. Rhino with a knife-edge hop. Rhino whips Edwards across the ring. Edwards bails out to the floor. Rhino with 2 haymakers. Rhino sends Edwards to the corner. Rhino with a corner clothesline. Rhino punches Edwards. Knife-edge chop exchange. Rhino whips Edwards across the ring. Edwards ducks a clothesline from Rhino. Edwards kicks Rhino in the chest. Rhino decks Edwards with a back elbow smash. Rhino dumps Edwards out of the ring. Team Impact rolls Edwards back into the ring. Rhino slams Edwards' head on the top turnbuckle pad. Rhino with the Irish whip. Edwards kicks Rhino in the face. Maria gives Edwards the kendo stick right in front of the referee. The referee has ejected Maria Kanellis from the ringside area. Rhino with 3 haymakers. Edwards ducks a clothesline from Rhino. Edwards denies the side belly-to-belly suplex. Edwards hammers down on the back of Rhino's neck. Rhino delivers a gut punch. The OGK trips Rhino from the outside. Edwards transitions into a ground and pound attack. Edwards poses for the crowd. Edwards uses the middle rope as a weapon. Taven continues to attack Rhino behind the referee's back. Edwards with a blistering chop. Rhino with 2 haymakers. Edwards rakes the eyes of Rhino. Following a snapmare takeover, Edwards applies a rear chin lock. Rhino gets back to a vertical base. Rhino with heavy body shots. Edwards tugs on Rhino's hair. Edwards backs Rhino into the turnbuckles. Edwards with clubbing headbutts. Edwards with a running forearm smash. Rhino answers with 2 clotheslines. Rhino drops Edwards with a mini gore. The referee gets distracted by Kenny King. Chris Sabin superkicks. That leads us to a Pier 6 brawl on the outside. Edwards and Rhino are knocked down after a double clothesline. Swan wipes out everybody with the somersault plancha. Mac with a flying cannonball sent into the outside. Steve Maclin knocks the kendo stick out of Edwards' hand. Maclin drops Edwards with a DDT. Rhino prepares for the gore. Maclin whips Rhino with the kendo stick. Edwards connects with the Boston Knee Party to pick up the victory. Winner, Eddie Edwards via pinfall. Third match, The Inspiration, C. vs. The Influence with Kaleb Konley for the Impact Knockouts World Tag Team Championship. Jesse McKay and Tenille Dashwood will start things off. Dashwood shoves McKay. McKay blocks a boot from Dashwood. Forearm exchange. McKay reverses out of the Irish whip from Dashwood. McKay ducks a clothesline from Dashwood. McKay drops Dashwood with a shoulder tackle. Inspiration pose. McKay sends Dashwood to the corner. McKay with a flying forearm smash. McKay with a gut wrench suplex. Dashwood tags in Rain. Rain ducks a clothesline from McKay. Rain with a waist lock go behind. McKay applies a wrist lock. McKay tags in Lee. Double wrist lock. Combination kicks to Rain. Rain drives her knee into the midsection of Lee. Rain with a forearm smash. Rain with the Irish whip. Lee dives over Rain. Lee with a deep arm drag. Leg sweep exchange. Lee with the backslide cover for a 2 count. Rain rolls Lee over for a 2 count. Lee with a deep arm drag. Lee applies an arm bar. McKay tags herself in. Double forearm across the back of Rain. Dashwood pulls Rain off of McKay's shoulders. Stereo toe kicks. Meeting of the minds. The Influence mocks the Inspiration. The Inspiration knocks the Influence off the ring apron. Dashwood avoids the PK. Dashwood dumps Lee face first on the apron. McKay drops Dashwood with the big boot. Rain sends McKay face first into the steel ring post. Rain rolls McKay back into the ring. Rain hooks the outside leg for a 2 count. Rain with clubbing blows to McKay's back. Rain is choking McKay with her boot. Rain repeatedly stomps on McKay's chest. Rain drives McKay face first into the top turnbuckle pad. Rain applies a wrist lock. Rain slams McKay's head on another turnbuckle pad. Rain with a forearm smash. Rain tags in Dashwood. Dashwood repeatedly stomps on McKay's chest. Dashwood tags in Rain. The Influence gets McKay tied up in the Tree of Woe. Dashwood tugs on McKay's hair. Rain repeatedly stomps on the midsection of McKay. Rain tags in Dashwood. Dashwood kicks McKay in the back. Dashwood is putting the boots to McKay in the corner. Dashwood delivers the taste of Tenille for a 2 count. McKay push kicks Dashwood. McKay clotheslines Rain on the apron. McKay hits the code breaker. McKay tags in Lee. Lee scores the elbow knockdown. Lee knocks Rain off the apron. Lee with a running clothesline. Lee with a leg lariat. Lee repeatedly stomps on Dashwood's chest. Lee drops Rain with a step-up enzwidgery. Lee blasts Dashwood with the PK. Lee rolls Dashwood back into the ring. Lee with the scorpion kick. Lee connects with the bridging fisherman suplex for a 2 count. Lee tags in Mickie. Dashwood drop kicks Lee. Dashwood sends Mickie to the apron. Mickie with a knee lift. Mickie with a running bulldog onto the right knee of Lee for a 2 count. Mickie tags in Lee. Dashwood denies the double suplex. Dashwood ducks a clothesline from Lee. Dashwood rocks Mickie with a forearm smash. Lee attacks Dashwood from behind. Dashwood reverses out of the Irish whip from Lee. Rain kicks Lee in the back. Dashwood delivers the spotlight kick for a 2 count. Dashwood is shocked. Konley makes his way to the ringside area. Lee with the spinning heel kick for a 2 count. Rain starts brawling with Mickie. Dashwood clocks Lee with the tag title belt behind the referee's back to pick up the victory. Winner, New Impact Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, The Influence via pinfall. 4th match, JONAH vs PCO Haymaker Exchange. JONAH bites the forehead of PCO. JONAH sends PCO to the corner. PCO sidesteps JONAH into the turnbuckles. PCO with heavy body shots. PCO with a spinning back fist. PCO drops JONAH with a spinning neck breaker. PCO drop kicks the back of JONAH's neck. JONAH regroups on the outside. PCO with 2 uppercuts. JONAH with 2 haymakers. JONAH slams PCO's head on the ring apron. PCO drives his elbow into the midsection of JONAH. PCO uppercuts JONAH. PCO sends JONAH face first into the steel ring post. PCO resets the referee's 10 count. JONAH rocks PCO with a forearm smash. JONAH with a side Russian leg sweep on the rampway. JONAH rolls PCO back into the ring. JONAH headbutts PCO. JONAH unloads 4 knife-edge chops. PCO rises back on his feet. Chop exchange. JONAH headbutts PCO. PCO kicks JONAH in the gut. PCO clotheslines JONAH over the top rope. PCO with a flying cannonball sent in through the ropes. PCO lays JONAH flat on the ring apron. PCO lands the Swanton bomb on the apron. JONAH has PCO perched on the top turnbuckle. JONAH with the superplex. Forearm exchange. JONAH slaps PCO in the chest. PCO with the rolling elbow. German suplex exchange. Lariat exchange. PCO refuses to stay down. PCO ducks a clothesline from JONAH. Standing switch exchange. JONAH with the DDT. JONAH drills PCO with the brainbuster. JONAH superkicks PCO. JONAH drags PCO to the corner. JONAH ascends to the top turnbuckle. PCO punches JONAH. PCO with an overhand chop. PCO hits the top rope Frankensteiner. PCO connects with the moonsault for a 2 count. JONAH exits the ring. JONAH throws PCO into the steel ring steps. JONAH nails PCO with the tombstone piledriver on the ring steps. JONAH powerbombs PCO off the ring steps. JONAH rolls PCO back into the ring. JONAH plants PCO with the tsunami splash to pick up the victory. Winner, JONAH via pinfall. 5th match, Jay White vs Alex Shelley collar and elbow tie up. Standing switch exchange. Shelley with an arm drag takeover. Strong lock up. Shelley applies a side headlock. White tugs on Shelley's hair. White whips Shelley across the ring. Shelley runs into White. Shelley with a drop toe hold. Shelley applies a wrist lock. Shelley transitions into a hammer lock. White decks Shelley with a back elbow smash. Forearm exchange. Shelley with a chop / forearm combination in the corner. Shelley grabs a side wrist lock. White reverses out of the Irish whip from Shelley. Shelley with a back elbow smash. Shelley with a flying knee strike. Shelley kicks White in the gut. Shelley with a spinning back kick. White regroups on the outside. Shelley spins White over on the apron. Shelley with a downward elbow strike. Shelley slams White's head on the ring apron. Shelley with a knee drop to the back of White's head. Shelley with a shoulder block. Shelley follows that with a top rope stunner. Shelley goes for the slingshot crossbody block, but White gets his knees up in the air. Shelley denies the vertical suplex. Shelley is trying to bring White down to the mat. White with a pendulum backbreaker. White dumps Shelley throat first on the top rope. White repeatedly drives Shelley back first into the apron. White resets the referee's 10 count. White with a knife edge chop. White rolls Shelley back into the ring. White hooks the outside leg for a 1 count. White unloads 2 knife edge chops. White kicks Shelley in the gut. White is choking Shelley with his boot. White whips Shelley into the turnbuckles. White scores the elbow knockdown. White with a pump handle backbreaker for a 2 count. White applies a waist lock. White pulls Shelley down to the mat. Shelley denies the blade buster. White with a blistering chop. Shelley answers with forearm shivers. White reverses out of the Irish whip from Shelley. Shelley with a running haymaker. Shelley super kicks White. Shelley with a roundhouse kick. Shelley follows that with the running bulldog. White denies the slice bread number 2. White with a back elbow smash. White sidesteps Shelley into the turnbuckles. White drops Shelley with the DDT. White with a running European uppercut. White hits the blade buster for a 2 count. Shelley denies the Uranage slam. White with a knife edge chop. Shelley kicks White in the face. Shelley with a step up enzwidgery. Shelley with a flatliner into the middle turnbuckle pad. Shelley stands on the left hand of White. Shelley applies a wrist lock. White with a thumb to the eye. Shelley blocks the Uranage slam. White with Muay Thai knee strikes. Chop exchange. Shelley with combination forearms. White responds with the Uranage slam for a 2 count. White applies the sleeper hold. Shelley with a back elbow smash. White with a forearm across the back of Shelley. Shelley connects with the standing slice bread for a 2 count. Shelley with a step up enzwidgery. Shelley super kicks White. White denies the blade runner. Shelley kicks White in the back for a 2 count. White denies the border city stretch. White goes for the blade runner, but Shelley counters with the border city stretch. White grabs the bottom rope which forces the break. Shelley kicks White's hand off the middle rope. Shelley with the arm wringer. Shelley delivers his third step up enzwidgery of the match. Shelley goes for the slingshot pescado, but White counters with the blade runner into the apron. White rolls Shelley back into the ring. Shelley with a blade runner of his own for a 2 count. Shelley goes back to the border city stretch. White breaks free from the hold. White plants Shelley with the blade runner to pick up the victory. After the match, White refuses to shake Shelley's hand. Winner, Jay White via pinfall. 6th match, Deonna Purrazzo, C, vs Chelsea Green for the Raw Women's World Championship collar and elbow tie-up. Standing switch exchange. Green applies a side headlock. Side headlock takeover / head scissors escape exchange. Green whips Purrazzo across the ring. Purrazzo drops Green with a shoulder tackle. Green drops down on the canvas. Purrazzo reverses out of the Irish whip from Green. Green with a Japanese arm drag that sends Purrazzo to the outside. Green lands the suicide dive. Green rolls Purrazzo back into the ring. Green ducks a clothesline from Purrazzo. Green goes for a tilt-a-whirl head scissors takeover, but Purrazzo counters with a lariat. Purrazzo jumps on Green's back. Purrazzo puts her knee on the back of Green's neck. Following a snapmare takeover, Purrazzo repeatedly drives his knee into Green's back. Purrazzo with a short arm clothesline for a 2 count. Green with forearm shivers. Purrazzo drives her knee into the midsection of Green. Purrazzo with a running knee lift. Purrazzo with a side Russian leg sweep. Purrazzo applies the Fujiwara armbar. Purrazzo with a diving clothesline for a 2 count. Purrazzo grabs the left wrist of Green. Purrazzo applies the bow and arrow stretch. Green with an arm drag escape. Green thrust kicks the left knee of Purrazzo. Green with a running boot. Green with a step up enziguri. Purrazzo nails Green with the pump kick. Green with a leaping double knee strike. Roll up exchange. Purrazzo goes back to the Fujiwara armbar. Green rolls Purrazzo over for a 2 count. Green ducks a clothesline from Purrazzo. Both ladies are knocked down after a double pump kick. Green with forearm shivers. Green blasts Purrazzo with a shotgun dropkick. Green with a corner clothesline. Green with a flatliner into the middle turnbuckle pad. Green follows that with the curb stomp into the bottom turnbuckle pad for a 2 count. Purrazzo denies the "I'm prettier." Green drops Purrazzo with a lifting flatliner. Green dives over Purrazzo. Purrazzo with an inside-out suplex for a 2 count. Fujiwara armbar exchange. Purrazzo grabs the bottom rope which forces the break. Green with a double leg takedown. Purrazzo kicks the left wrist of Green. Green punches Purrazzo. Purrazzo makes Green tap out to the Fujiwara armbar. After the match, Purrazzo refuses to let go of the hold. Mickie James storms into the ring to make the save. Green starts receiving medical attention. Winner, Steel Row Women's World Champion, Deonna Purrazzo via submission. 7th match, Mickie James, C, vs Tasha Steelz with Savannah Evans for the Impact Knockouts Championship. Steelz attacks Mickie before the bell rings. Steelz with clubbing shoulder blocks. Steelz sends Mickie to the corner. Mickie sidesteps Steelz into the turnbuckles. Mickie kicks Steelz in the gut. Mickie with a straight right hand. Mickie repeatedly slams Steelz's head on all 3 turnbuckle pads. Mickie repeatedly stomps on Steelz's chest. Mickie pulls Steelz off the bottom turnbuckle. Mickie with a running boot for a 2 count. Mickie starts choking Steelz with her boot. Steelz with a gut punch. Steelz whips Mickie across the ring. Mickie slides under Steelz. Mickie with a double leg takedown. Mickie applies the Boston Crab. Evans shoves down Chelsea Green, who's still receiving medical attention on the outside. Mickie tees off on Evans. Steelz lands the suicide dive. Steelz throws Mickie into the steel ring steps. Steelz rolls Mickie back into the ring. Steelz hooks both legs for a 2 count. Steelz transitions into a ground and pound attack. Steelz with a seated senton across the back of Mickie. Mickie decks Steelz with a back elbow smash. Mickie with 2 toe kicks. Mickie with a forearm smash. Steelz super kicks Mickie for a 2 count. Steelz puts her leg on the back of Mickie's neck. Chop exchange. Steelz punches Mickie in the ribs. Steelz slams Mickie's head on the top turnbuckle pad. Steelz is choking Mickie with her boot. Steelz with a running uppercut. Steelz with a step-up enziguri. Following a snapmare takeover, Steelz hits the PK for a 2 count. Steelz applies the camel clutch. Mickie drops Steelz with the stunner. Mickie with forearm shivers. Steelz dives over Mickie. Mickie with a back elbow smash. Steelz hyperextends the left knee of Mickie. Mickie is raining down haymakers. Steelz has Mickie perched on the top turnbuckle. Steelz slaps Mickie in the chest. Mickie denies the Frankensteiner. Mickie and Steelz are trading back and forth shots. Both ladies took a nasty spill to the floor. Mickie gets back in the ring at the count of 9. Palm strike exchange. Forearm exchange. Mickie with the Luthé press. Mickie transitions into a ground and pound attack. Mickie with 3 clotheslines. Mickie ducks a clothesline from Steelz. Mickie with a neck breaker for a 2 count. Steelz avoids the Mick kick. Mickie denies the crucifix bomb. Mickie connects with the Mick DDT. The referee is distracted by Evans. Mickie peppers Evans with forearms. Mickie avoids the big boot. Mickie kicks Evans out of the ring. Steelz with the crucifix bomb for a 2 count. Jab/haymaker exchange. Steelz reverses out of the Irish whip from Mickie. Mickie with a back elbow smash. Mickie with a hurricane rana. Steelz sends Mickie face first into the middle turnbuckle pad. Mickie negates the stratusfaction. Mickie drops Steelz with the flapjack. Mickie pops back on her feet. Evans continues to run interference. Steelz plants Mickie with the cutter in midair to pick up the victory. Winner, new Impact Knockouts World Champion, Tasha Steelz via pinfall 8 match, The Good Brothers, C, with Chris Bay vs Violent by Design with Cody Deonna for the Impact World Tag Team Championship. Carl Anderson and Eric Young will start things off. Collar and elbow tie up. Anderson applies a side headlock. Young whips Anderson across the ring. Anderson drops Young with a shoulder tackle. Young drops down on the canvas. Young leapfrogs over Anderson. Young with a deep arm drag. Young applies an arm bar. Anderson sends Young into the ropes. Anderson drops down on the canvas. Anderson leapfrogs over Young. Anderson with a deep arm drag of his own. Anderson applies an arm bar. Anderson with a gut punch. Young reverses out of the Irish whip from Anderson. Anderson sidesteps Young into the turnbuckles. Anderson with another deep arm drag. Anderson applies an arm bar. Young backs Anderson into the turnbuckles. Young with a shoulder block. Young punches Anderson in the back. Anderson reverses out of the Irish whip from Young. Young dives over Anderson. Young with a deep arm drag. Young applies an arm bar. Anderson rakes the eyes of Young. Anderson tags in Gallows. Young with a thumb to the eye of Gallows. Young tags in Doering. Doering kicks Gallows in the face. Doering uses the middle rope as a weapon. Doering punches Gallows in the back. Doering with a forearm smash. Doering is picking Gallows apart. Gallows uppercuts Doering. Gallows runs into Doering. Shoulder block exchange. Gallows nails Doering with the pump kick for a 1 count. Gallows with clubbing elbow smashes. Gallows applies a rear chin lock. Doering with elbows into the midsection of Gallows. Gallows uppercuts Doering. Gallows slams Doering's head on the top turnbuckle pad. Gallows with the Irish whip. Doering delivers the pounce. Anderson and Young are tagged in. Anderson clotheslines Young. Anderson scores the elbow knockdown. Young reverses out of the Irish whip from Anderson. Anderson with a running haymaker. Anderson body slams Young. Anderson poses for the crowd. Anderson with a running senton splash. Anderson with the ushigarashi for a 2 count. Anderson goes for a belly-to-back suplex, but Young lands back on his feet. Doering tags himself in. Doering with a running shoulder tackle. Doering scores the elbow knockdown. Doering knocks Gallows off the ring apron. Doering levels Anderson with the body avalanche. Doering tags in Young. Power slam / flying elbow drop combination for a 2 count. Young goes for the pile driver, but Anderson counters with a back body drop. Anderson tags in Gallows. Gallows clotheslines Young. Gallows knocks Doering off the apron. Gallows sends Young to the corner. Gallows with the stinger splash. Gallows tags in Anderson. Belly to back suplex / neck breaker combination for a 2 count. Anderson tags in Gallows. Gallows hits the gallows pole for a 2 count. Gallows kicks Doering off the apron. Gallows tags in Anderson. Young denies the magic killer. Gallows uppercuts Young. Young sends Gallows tumbling to the floor. Young tags in Doering. Doering with the fireman's carry takeover. Doering clotheslines Anderson. Young connects with the Death Valley driver. Doering hooks the outside leg for a 2 count. Doering tags in Young. Gallows runs interference. Anderson with a straight right hand. Anderson with a knife edge chop. Young denies the superplex. Gallows punches Young. During with the Tower of Doom. Young tags in During. Anderson fights out of the fireman's carry position. Anderson with a chop/forearm combination. Anderson uppercuts During. Anderson ducks a clothesline from During. Anderson with the spinebuster. During rises back on his feet. During with a running lariat. Gallows and Young are brawling on the stage. Young delivers the low blow. Young nails Gallows with the pile driver. VBD plants Anderson with their powerbomb/neck breaker combination to pick up the victory. Winner, new Impact World Tag Team Champions, Violent by Design via pinfall. 9th match, Moose, C, vs Heath for the Impact World Championship. Anthony Carelli joins the commentary team for this match. Moose Pie faces Heath. Heath is throwing haymakers at Moose. Moose launches Heath to the corner. Heath ducks a clothesline from Moose. Heath sticks and moves. Heath kicks Moose in the face. Heath with a flurry of body shots in the corner. Moose drives Heath back first into the turnbuckles. Moose with clubbing shoulder blocks. Moose talks smack to Heath. Moose with a big heel throw. Moose whips Heath into the turnbuckles. Moose with a forearm smash. Moose punches Heath. Moose is choking Heath with his boot. Moose kicks Heath in the gut. Moose grabs the left ear of Heath. Moose with another heel throw. Moose is picking Heath apart. Moose with knife edge chop. Heath slaps Moose in the face. Heath with rapid fire haymakers. Moose drives his knee into the midsection of Heath. Moose whips Heath across the ring. Heath with a running boot. Heath drops Moose with a leg lariat. Moose regroups on the outside. Moose nails Heath with the pump kick. Moose sends Heath face first into the steel ring post. Moose resets the referee's 10 count. Moose uses the ring post as a weapon. The referee admonishes Moose. Moose whips Heath into the steel ring steps. Moose rolls Heath back into the ring. Moose rams his boot across Heath's face. Moose stands on the back of Heath's neck. Moose stomps on the left hand of Heath. Heath fights from underneath. Moose shoves Heath. Moose kicks Heath in the face. Moose with the Garvin stomp. Moose with clubbing blows to Heath's back. Moose with a knife edge chop. Moose stomps on Heath's face. Moose applies a nerve hold on the middle rope. Moose whips Heath across the ring. Moose applies the abdominal stretch. Moose hammers down on Heath's ribs. Heath starts biting Moose's fingers. Moose rocks Heath with a forearm smash. Moose dumps Heath out of the ring. Moose with 2 runnage slams into the ring apron. Moose rolls Heath back into the ring. Moose with a cocky cover for a 2 count. Moose toys around with Heath. Moose slaps Heath in the face. Heath is pissed. Heath tees off on Moose. Heath whips Moose across the ring. Moose kicks Heath in the chest. Heath sends Moose crashing to the outside. Heath with the slingshot pescado. Moose denies the wake up. Heath avoids the spear. Heath rolls Moose over for a 2 count. Heath connects with the wake up call for a 2 count. Heath is displaying his frustration. Moose drops Heath with the runnage slam. Moose plants Heath with the spear to pick up the victory. After the match, Josh Alexander appears in the ring. Alexander drops Moose with the C4 spike. Alexander got a multi-year contract with Impact. Alexander informs us that he'll be getting his long overdue title rematch at Impact Rebellion PPV to close the show. Winner, still Impact World Champion, Moose via pinfall.